Hey guys, and welcome to today's MCAT question of the day. As always, we'll be working through one of the many MCAT practice problems found at MCATselfprep.com, the home of the free MCAT prep course. I'm Dalton, a 100th percentile MCAT tutor, and today I'll be working through this problem with you as though you're one of my private tutoring students. Today's practice problem comes from the end of lesson mastery quiz in lesson 12 of the Biochemistry 2 module. Be sure to try this problem for yourself before watching my explanation. All right, so in order to really ace this question, we have to have a good understanding of what induction is and the different ways that induction can happen, the different mechanisms it might use. So induction is basically when cells signal other cells to differentiate. And there's a few different ways that this could happen, okay? First off, we have gap junctions. And this is when there's literally little tunnels, that's what the gap junctions are, connecting two different cells, okay? So we could send signals that literally travel through these tunnels or through these gap junctions from one cell to the other, and the cells can signal each other that way. Now, there are two other ways that we can signal nearby cells. One of those is by diffusion. So say I've got a chemical messenger in here, and there are other cells close by. If I didn't have these gap junctions, the cell could release these chemical messengers outside of the cell, and they'd float around or diffuse, which is why it's called diffusion, until they connect with another cell that's nearby. These little chemical messengers can then connect, and that's communication or induction, in this case, via diffusion. The last one is much simpler than the other two, and that's just direct contact. Let's say I have another cell right here that's directly connected to this cell. They're right next to each other. Well, if that's the case, then they can signal each other pretty easily because they're in direct contact with each other. So those are the three different ways that induction can occur. Now that we have that understanding, let's go back to this question and see what we can figure out. All right, so looking at this question, right here we're talking about cells in a mouse fetus, right? And we want to know which of the following is not a mechanism by which these cells might induce differentiation. Starting here, we talked about gap junctions, right? That was the first one we talked about. We know that cells can induce differentiation that way, so this is going to be incorrect. We've got the same problem with diffusion and direct contact. We talked about all three of these. These are all different ways that induction can occur, that cells can induce differentiation in each other when they're developing. Given that that's the case, let's go ahead and check out this last answer right here, endocrine signaling. Now, the endocrine system deals with hormones in our body. Hormones are released, they travel through the bloodstream, and so that's how endocrine signaling occurs in our body. You might have testosterone or estrogen, and these hormones get released in the bloodstream and travel through the bloodstream to distant parts of the body. That's not something that's happening here, and that's not a way that induction can occur. So we're going to go ahead and say that that's the correct answer. Awesome. If you enjoyed today's MCAT question of the day, be sure to give it a like. For more MCAT questions of the day, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel or enroll in our free MCAT prep course found at MCATselfprep.com. Now, if you're really looking to maximize your MCAT score, be sure to check out our elite tutoring services and request a free consultation with any of our available tutors. We'd love to chat with you about your situation and how we can help you maximize your MCAT score. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.